She didn't see it coming. It wasn't on her mind. No chance now for running. Too lost to be found. I hope there's a light on.
Hi, I'm John Tan from the School of Education and Childhood.
Hi, I'm Kate Milnes. I'm from psychology at Leeds Beckett University.
We're here for our first stakeholder meeting today, so very exciting.
And we've come together to exchange ideas around how we should do the project. We have been calling it a stakeholder meeting, we're now calling it an advisory group meeting.
Why do you think that it's important to get the stakeholders involved?
I think they're absolutely essential in the sense that there's a whole range of voices that, if you like, are significant to a project such as these, and a lot of these voices and perspectives remain hidden, and from an academic point of view there are only so many things that we can put onto the table, and there are so many other things in terms of wealth of experience, but also an insight into the realities of the challenges associated with this sort of work that you can only get from that practitioner network.
Give us the benefit of their expertise, bring that different thinking together. I think whenever you produce anything, the people who are going to be using it are more important than us as academics. We don't know the field. I'm going to try and keep this fairly brief, but I'm conscious that when we sort of contacted you to see if you wanted to be involved, we kept it very short really, so you probably don't know a huge amount about what it is we plan to do. As part of our work on the ASBE project, so this is another acronym, this is Addressing Sexual Bullying Across Europe, myself and Tamara, who co-led the project. One of the things we noticed in the findings was that young people, they had a particular interest in YouTube clips and documentaries and multimedia ways of doing this. So I think that started us thinking along those lines.
Looking at the questions that we might ask.
Hi, I'm Marvina Newton. I'm from Angel of Youth. I'm the CEO and the founder. Today has been just amazing, being able to see how we can implement positive sexual health and relationship information to young people 14 to 16, can make sure the cultural sensitivity is there, accessible to different communities, and also making sure teachers and young people achieve the information in the right way to help make it a little bit sustainable to impact their life in the long run. And it was great to see working in a group and seeing how we can build this new potential effective model.
It's John here again. This is our second advisory meeting for the F.COSTE project. Last time I think I mentioned to you how important it was to bring the partners together, and I think one of the things that we've got today, which is really even more exciting, is that we've actually got the voice of young people that is going to be represented in us developing the sort of research instruments.
My name's Rachel.
And I'm Millie.
My name's Katie. The Shine Project is a charity that works with girls across South Leeds. So we work with girls and we do groups with them. We do in-school groups, out-of-school groups, looking at self-esteem, confidence, bullying, internet safety, a bit of everything really, and also just positive activities.
I'm David Carless from Leeds Beckett University. Interested in how we learn through stories and how we share understandings through storied forms of communication.
Those of you who weren't here last time, give you a very brief overview of the project, but we'll also update you on what we did with all of your suggestions last. Then the second main purpose of today is to look at planning our teacher-pupil consultation event, and so I'll say a bit more about
Today
that
we've been
later
looking
on.
at making a contribution towards the events that the project's going to run. Millie and Chloe and Casey have made some really good suggestions about what they think could work and what kind of scenarios and things like how to use videos and then workshops, and it's been really good.
What I thought sexual bullying was not what we've discussed today. I thought it was really different, and to learn about some of the scenarios and how to get it across to people is just quite amazing how you come up with different ways.
Like I was just writing down what everyone was saying, like everyone's ideas on like how they'd influence people and how they'd like get it across that sexual bullying. Yeah, I was just writing everyone's ideas down.
Has it been an enjoyable session?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
For me personally, it's been nice to bring the three girls to see. So Millie actually asked me why is the university are doing this, and we talked about research and how obviously it's all about the wider issues and the bigger picture. And I think it's been nice to bring the girls to see that research happens and what else is going on around the city.
Today has been amazing. I've met some amazing young people, and they've explained to me what they would like to see from this workshop, to explore what kind of activities, what kind of social ways to address some of the topics.
I'm hoping that the research will give them more support and to think about that there's places they can go and that things like this are not acceptable, and that we'll have come up with some really good resources or help to create some really good resources that schools can use. And not just schools, obviously organisations like myself, hopefully we can use them as well.
Love the fact that the young people kind of explained to us certain ideas we had. They were like, well, that's not going to work for me.
We're here for our event called Let's Talk About Sex, and we've got a group of young people coming in from various schools and sex and relationship educators.
So we're really excited now about today because it's our chance to work with young people and with the teachers. We've got drama planned, virtual reality planned.
It's a VR interactive experience in a full 360 environment, showing them the full experience today, and then they can get the kind of cut down version on their phones.
So the idea is that we'll explore how this virtual reality and the drama can be used to make it easier for young people and teachers to talk about quite difficult subjects.
Yes.
So to talk about sexual bullying, to talk about pornography, and how that can be made less awkward, more fun, more interesting.
We asked each teacher to bring along with them one resource that they thought was particularly good and that they enjoyed using, and one resource that they didn't think was a very good resource. And they talked us through the resources that they brought, why they thought they were good, why they worked in their school.
So we're really looking forward to sort of hearing everybody's thoughts on that, the young people, the teachers. Do they think these are topics we should talk about? And if so, can these things make it easier?
Long way to... Two options again. So either being quite stereotypically laddish, you either smack him, which is the first option.
Who should we ask? Well, she told me to call her Jessica, but I feel more comfortable with calling him James.
She messaged me the other day asking if I could call her James, but I couldn't.
I make fun of her and call her a lesbian, and we thought we'd do it from the teacher's perspective.
You're not allowed to move in the streets. Are we happy to continue? Do you need something else to happen now?
It's been a really great day. I've really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
At the end of the session, they were always all saying how much they'd got from it as well, which was really good.
It's not on curriculum to do it anymore, so
It's a shame because I think a lot of people need to know about it. Like, I think it is important, and I think it's good that they're doing this to show, like, to put it out there what young people think, because sometimes adults think it's like, I don't know, like a bit easier.
Yeah.
Like, they know that stuff goes on, but they don't know.
And children need to be more
on.
aware because,
yeah, you know, like, this was like a nice environment to do it, whereas like at school you've got like certain people that'll, you know, just try and wind you up about what you've said, and you don't feel that confident speaking about it at school.
No, not before, but we've done it this time.
How did you find it?
Alright.
A bit disorienting.
I think it was much better here than a classroom because like we're all mature about it. We all like understood it. Like in a classroom, when people say sex, everybody starts laughing. You know what I mean?
If someone's upset about something that I wouldn't normally get upset about, it'd like show why people are getting upset.
We're all just, it needs to be taught more, in more depth.
Some people need to learn like what to say and like how to deal with what situations are thrown at them. And I think this helps a lot with the whole role play.
It's not easily.
Could you help me understand what sort of thing it might show that's difficult to deal with at schools?
Like the effect something can have on someone. Because maybe being able to see it might help the person to sympathise more.
Yes, it's like you're in their shoes kind of thing.
It's a good way of helping people sort of express it in a less formal way.
Feel good.
Yeah, what was good about it?
Just good.
And I felt like I could like speak about stuff more.
I had to learn about things like that and how to deal with certain situations.
I liked it. Nice.
I think the students today have really enjoyed the session. I think anything that's innovative for taking PSHE forward is really, really important.
In a drama form that has really appealed to them.
I'm Alice, I'm 13 and I go to Allerton Grange. It's been fun today, like I wasn't really expecting it, I was sort of kind of expecting it to be a bit cringy and it turned out way better than I thought and it's actually been some really good discussions and just I think having the smaller groups, like it felt good and it was like almost just having a safe space.
What's the situation?
Saying before, it's a lot of stuff that I definitely felt that way, but I wasn't really sure how to put it into words. And when I heard it, it's like, yeah, that's actually true, and that makes sense, and it applies to a lot of people. It's kind of helped me realise a lot of things in that sense.
So hey, hey, sha-la-la. Hey, sha-la-la.
Just really reminded, just saying to you then, just really reminded about how we need learning to be relevant to each individual, where they're at, and then seeing how through what we are they could have some choice and influence things away from something towards another, and then through the theatre they could actually put an idea in and actually say, well yeah, we can look at these different ways of responding.
So we hope that this is a starting point for us and there might be something else next.
Given that we do want to do more of it from there, it's really nice to have that feedback that people think it's useful and yeah, feeling really excited, really pleased.
Thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming. See you. Bye.
Imagination's running.